What happened when the guy with main character syndrome snapped? Chase literally thought life was a movie where he was the star and we were all NPCs in his story. Every conversation had to revolve around him. Every group hangout became the Chase show. If someone else had news to share, he'd immediately hijack it with a bigger story about himself. Started sophomore year when he got one laugh at lunch for roasting a teacher. From then on, everything was content for Chase's imaginary audience. He'd narrate his walk down the hallway like a documentary. He'd turn buying chips from the vending machine into a 3-act drama about decision-making. If Brett mentioned his parents' divorce, Chase would launch into how his parents' almost divorce was way more traumatic. If Yaslin got her license, Chase had to explain why he was choosing not to drive as some philosophical statement. Every single thing became about him. He started staging these elaborate scenes for attention. He'd fake phone calls with important people in the middle of the cafeteria. He'd pretend to get bad news during class so everyone would comfort him. Once he literally hired a random adult to come to school, pretending to be a talent scout interested in him. The worst part was his hero complex. Any minor situation became his chance to save the day. Girl crying in the hallway, Chase would sprint over with tissues he kept ready, making sure everyone saw him being supportive. Someone forgot lunch money? Chase would make a whole production of paying for them, announcing it to the entire cafeteria. But then Randy actually needed help. His dad had a heart attack. Family was struggling with medical bills. A few of us quietly started a fundraiser, trying to keep it low-key because Randy was embarrassed. Chase found out and saw his moment. Without asking anyone, he announced on Instagram that he was organizing a benefit concert for Randy's family. Tagged the whole school, local news stations, even tried to get celebrities involved. Made himself the face of Randy's tragedy. Randy begged him to stop. His family didn't want the attention. They just needed help with groceries, not some circus. But Chase couldn't resist. This was his chance to be the hero protagonist who saves the day. The benefit concert was set for Friday night in the gym. Chase promised live bands, food trucks, special guests. He made professional-looking posters with his own face prominently featured above tiny text about Randy's situation. Chase Morrison presents A Night of Giving. He spent the whole week hyping it up, did morning announcements about it, wore a shirt with his own face that said concert organizer, posted countdown videos where he'd dramatically stare at the camera and say things like 3 days until we change lives. Friday came. The gym was packed because Chase had promised so much. Randy's family was there, looking uncomfortable. Local news showed up because Chase had called them 15 times, but Chase hadn't actually organized anything. No bands showed up because he'd only DM'd them on Instagram without confirming. No food trucks because he never paid deposits. No special guests, because obviously celebrities don't just show up to random high school events. The only thing there was Chase, standing on an empty stage with a microphone. Instead of admitting failure, he tried to save it. Started giving this speech about community and resilience, making it all about his journey organizing the event. How hard he worked, how much he cared, how he was making a difference. That's when Randy snapped. He walked on stage, grabbed the mic and said, "This isn't about you, Chase. My dad is dying, and you turned it into your personal spotlight. You didn't raise a single dollar. You just wanted to look like a hero." The gym went dead silent. Chase tried to grab the mic back, saying Randy didn't understand his vision. They actually started wrestling over it. The news cameras caught everything. Then Denise stood up in the crowd. "Chase, you told everyone my eating disorder to make yourself look caring." Mateo joined in. "You posted about my mom's deportation for likes." One by one, people started calling out how Chase had exploited their problems for his main character moments. The news was recording everything. Chase stood there, finally speechless, as his supporting cast turned on him. The footage went viral. Teens' fake charity event exposed. Chase became a meme about performative activism and virtue signaling. His Instagram, where he documented every selfless act, got torn apart in the comments. His parents pulled him out of school for the rest of the year. When he came back senior year, he was completely different. Quiet, kept to himself, barely spoke in class. The main character energy was completely gone. But even then, I caught him once taking a selfie alone at lunch, captioning it with some quote about redemption arcs and character development. Old habits die hard when you can't accept you're not the protagonist. Randy's family? The quiet fundraiser we originally started raised $8,000. No cameras, no recognition, just people actually helping. Randy's dad recovered, and Randy specifically thanked everyone except Chase at graduation. Sometimes the best way to help is to realize not every story needs you as the hero.